Guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 house building video. Today we're doing this sort of semi-detached home, very British in style. At least that's what I was going for, like whenever I go to the UK, I always see houses like this everywhere. So this is, I guess, the larger sort of home. It's actually quite spacious on the inside. So the idea with this is it's actually two houses, hence the semi-detached, it's not fully detached. It's joined to another one, in case you're not from the UK or don't know about that. That's what it means. So there's two houses side by side. They share a wall in the middle. This video in particular is just the first house, the one on the left. We do all of that and we work our way through. So I thought I'd go for this nice red brick on the front. Then on the side wall, they've used some sort of cheaper brick that looks a little bit dirtier. Just because that also tends to be the thing, whether it's a cheaper brick or whatever, but the walls on the side of these houses always look different. I don't know what it is. People from the UK, if you know what it is, let me know. But anyway, so we got these nice little window bays out the front here, just on either side. And they are very symmetrical style of homes. I don't know what, I think on the interior though, so on this particular house that we furnish and design the inside of, we do a semi-open plan layout downstairs, and I'm thinking maybe on the other one we'll do a slightly different layout, but upstairs maybe they'll be very similar, just because a lot of the time, especially if you watch all of those sort of property shows, which are great. I haven't watched it in years and years and years and years, but when Property Ladder used to be on all of the time, they'd always have like a house like this, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna renovate the downstairs, they don't talk like that because they're British for one, and also no one talks like that, but we're gonna renovate the downstairs and just open it up, just get a real open plan living, and they'd always, I don't know, there's always these sort of renovations. So that was kind of going through my mind when I was building this. I was like, okay, maybe they sort of renovated the lower floor of this house so it's a little bit different. Maybe the one next door can be a different layout as well, but not too different, because they are one and the same in terms of they're obviously built at the same time because they're put together. But yeah, got these little front gardens here. The one on the left has a nice big driveway, so you could probably fit like 2 cars on that or something. Please do ignore like the location of this house where I'm building it, because if you do look in front of the house, there is actually a huge little there's like a little fenced off area, like which you clearly couldn't get a car out over. The one on the right hand side though, where this car goes, it's like perfect. You can back straight out onto the road. It's like no problem at all. But the one on the left, this is not a great position for this home. I wasn't placing this anywhere in particular. I just had a lot here that I just decided to build on. So, that's where that started from. And then around the back, we're just doing the back garden now. We're going to have a nice little brick wall in between the middle, and then some picket fence around the side. And then I thought I'd do like a little bit that sticks out, and kind of almost like a sunroom / conservatory type of space that they've obviously incorporated into the build. Also something that I find fairly common in British houses anyway. At least my cousin's place is like that. They have a little bit that sort of sticks out with all the windows around it. I was like, you know what? Let's do that. Although you guys that are actually from the UK, I'm sure you can let me know if I'm wrong. But look, this is all my assumption and from my own experiences, so there's probably stuff wrong. I'm taking creative liberties. Also, I feel like these houses are actually pretty spacious. There was just a lot of room inside when I did this. I was like, you know what? I've got so much space. So we started off with the stairs in the hallway and like in a main entrance hallway, which is very common in these style of homes anyway. And then you have like the front living room and the back living room, which we've sort of opened up and joined together as like an open style living space, like kitchen, dining, and living room downstairs. Up top, this is actually a pretty spacious home. So we have a double bedroom, master bedroom. Then we have 2 single beds in one of the rooms, and then there's 2 other single bedrooms as well. So you could have, it's 6 Sims living in this house, which is a lot, but you could absolutely do it. So kind of cool. It would have been cool to see if I could get 8 Sims to fit in here, and I probably could have, but at that point it would just get really, really cramped. Definitely possible though. Maybe the one next door, we'll see if we can, maybe that's like a house where they've really crammed everything in, and they want to see if they can, how many people they can fit in. So the interior of this, I decided to do like the downstairs to be kind of, I don't know if I'd say fancy, but pretty nice. Like it's pretty nice. Like the floorboards look quite nice, quite rich in color. And then same with the kitchen and the dining and all that. I've used fairly expensive looking stuff, but it's not, I guess maybe upper middle class is kind of the range that this house would be sitting in. At least that's what I would, if this house is in London, it'd be bloody expensive though, that's for sure. But it could be in the middle of nowhere, so who knows? You can live in the middle of nowhere and it'd be way cheaper. I mean, it's kind of like Sydney. It's like you can have the ugliest, worst, tiniest little home, but if it's in the middle of Sydney, you're going to be paying a few $1 million for that. You're not paying for the house, you're paying for the location. That's how it works, at least in Sydney. So kitchen, I thought maybe that they had sort of semi-renovated this, so in terms of like appliances, so they have a nice newer fridge and stove and all that. So that's all quite new. And then I thought I actually went white with the appliances, which I don't often do, but I was like, you know what, it looks kind of nice with like the walls and all that. And then we got this older tile on the wall for like a backsplash, which I don't know. Again, I kind of just thought it all looked quite nice. That's what I was going with. Keeping the decor. Oh, actually, I spent ages trying to choose a rug here. I mean, you can see me. I'm just like, none of these rugs work. Like, I'm not feeling any of these. I don't even remember. What did I put down? I think I just did a real basic rug in the end. I was like, nah, not even that worked. Not that. Look at this. I'm still going. And this is sped up like 6 times how long it actually took me to choose a rug. I was almost going to go with that shaggy rug, but then I was like, it looks too fluffy to go underneath the table. So we went with this real basic rug. Oh, I actually spent ages trying to choose a chair as well. Just didn't have anything that I was looking for. I couldn't. I don't know. I almost rage quit at this point. It's like I can't find what I want. It just doesn't exist. Yeah, you can see me just going through and through. I'm like, there's just not the chair I want. I'm like, where is the chair that I want? Also, a lot of people ask how I flick through colors like that all the time, but I've mentioned it quite a number of times before. If you haven't, I don't know, I don't think it works if you don't have a number pad, but if you have a number pad on your keyboard, it's the plus and minus key on the number pad when you pull out an item. Really, really useful. A little hidden shortcut for The Sims 4, because it means you don't have to keep clicking on each swatch to see what it is. Which is good. It only works when you pull an item out of the catalog, though. Like, it doesn't work if you pick up an item. Just it's already been placed, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, it's better than nothing. So, oh god, these would not place either. I don't think I ended up placing any curtains there at all because I couldn't get them to place in the same spot. So I was like, all right, forget it. Forget it, not doing that. I'm just pointing out everything that was kind of annoying me in this, but do you see by the windows there on the diagonal, the floor tiles not rotated? That's still a bug that exists because I've had that happen to me ages ago. That's still a thing that happens, and I don't know why or really how to fix it. I think sometimes when you reload it actually fixes it. You know what? I'm going to go check that now, because I also haven't posted it to the gallery yet. I will be posting this house to the gallery after I furnish the second house in this, which should be in the next few days, although sometimes I say that and it ends up being months or years. So let's hope it's sooner than that. Yeah, but I'm wondering if it fixes it when I reload. I'm going to find out. But yeah, available for download on the gallery soon. So, living room, again, really quite spacious, actually. We've got a 3-seater and a 2-seater, and the 2x2 coffee table from Parenthood, which I love those big coffee tables so much. I think they look great. And then this little TV. I thought I'd do like this big entertainment center kind of thing with all these cabinets and all that around it, which I thought was a cool idea. Again, because we have so much space, I was like, you know what, let's do it. It's almost like, it's definitely... The interior is definitely dated in terms of the items they're using, but then it's been like partial. It almost feels like a partial renovation in terms of maybe they knocked through the wall just to open up the space, but they didn't change the furniture, like that kind of renovation. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. We'll just knock through that. It looks better because I could totally imagine there just being a solid wall there in the past, or maybe just a single door or something there. And then like, you know what, this would be way nicer if we open this up. And you know. They were right. They were absolutely right. So another game of what item can we place on the shelf? Because there's so many small items in this game that don't place on shelves for some reason. I feel like they need to update that. Oh no. Okay, so I've just loaded up the game and the floor tiles are still rotated the wrong way. Let's see if I can fix it. No, I can't fix it. It doesn't work. Like, it just will not rotate on those tiles, on the diagonal tiles. I don't know why. I apologize for that, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, there's like that plate. That plate should absolutely be able to go in there. There's those books as well that I moved up. They absolutely should be able to go on shelves by default. Like, there's so many little items that can physically fit on shelves that just do not place on there. So you have to use move objects, like sort of move it up and all that. And you just saw there, I put a little computer and desk in the corner, like a little nook, like a family computer just there in the living room. I thought it's like that. Maybe that's the only place they can fit one in. So that's where they've put it. And then just a little chest table in the window bay, which I thought was quite nice. And then we do have a little wash closet here, a WC, if you will, which is simply just a toilet. I was seeing if I could fit it in a sink, but I mean, it just wasn't going to work without a lot of messing around with stuff. So just a little toilet in there, so you can, go to the toilet, obviously wash your hands in the kitchen or something like that, which is not exactly hygienic, but if I could have fit a sink in there, I would have. I mean, realistically, you'd have a toilet and a sink at the very least in that room, but we couldn't really fit it. So it's just a toilet, but it's handy. So yeah, this house, I guess it ends up having 2.5 bathrooms. Yeah, because we have 2 bathrooms upstairs, 2 full bathrooms upstairs, and then the little wash closet downstairs, which is good because I do have it open on my computer now, so I can actually check, which is good. And then just by the front door, we have a little mirror so you can check yourself before you wreck yourself on your way out. A little table as well to maybe you put your keys down on, a little bowl or something. I don't know. Stuff like that. I am actually really happy with the downstairs of this house. I think it looks really, really nice. It's kind of classy, almost, semi-renovated. At least that's what I was imagining. And I kind of like that because I'm using a lot of wall lights in this house. And I kind of like that because wall lights are definitely something that you find in a lot of older houses. I mean, you can have them in newer builds, but typically newer builds, like something being built today or in the last few years would just have like down lights, you just have the ceiling lights. That's usually how it goes. And then you'd have like, I guess, lights under the kitchen cabinets. That's something that typically happens too. But yeah, at least in my books, wall lights are something more common in older homes. So that's what I thought that was a pretty good idea. Also, I kind of like that it was a little bit darker. Like each room is just not that bright. like the lights aren't that good. So I don't know. I kind of like that. Anyway, so just got a little dresser here with some makeup and some nail polish and all that. This is the master bedroom, if you hadn't worked it out. Got that new bed in there that came with a free update like last week or something like that, whenever it was. Yeah, I think it was an update. It was like last week. They came with like a new bed and all that. And there was a couple of new sofas as well, I think. And some new hairstyles. A lot of new free stuff, which is kind of cool. So just getting some little items in there. We got the whole like built-in wardrobe in there too, which I thought was kind of cool. So this is going to be the room that actually because this is actually a fairly large room. Like I guess you could, if you wanted to, convert this into a double bedroom and just have one sim in there. But I sort of designed it as a children's bedroom. Children. What's the plural of children? Oh, I guess it would be child and children. Children's bedroom. Children, '(s) bedroom. Children's bedroom. I don't know. Someone correct me on the correct grammar there. Anyway, so it's for kids is the idea. So just got a couple of beds in there, a bunch of toys, a little toy chest, and like that sort of toy box as well. Got the dresser there. Just a bit of fun. It's a couple of beds there so that, our sim count currently up to 4. I was going to see if I could do 2 beds in there because I was like, oh, we could go for 8 sims. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be ridiculous if we squish 2 beds into this room. It's absolutely possible, but not something that I really want to do. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I was like, I think it'd be a bit nicer if we just have a bit of fun with this room. Just get some colorful bits of furniture, which we sort of mess around with here. Got the sort of pink dresser, the sort of tealish aqua kind of table. Is that? No, it's more aqua. I would say aqua. Or aqua, if you prefer. And then just got the dresser, a little journal there with a fun color on the front of it, and just some like little arts and crafts on the table. I don't really know who this room is for. It's just a kid or a teen, I guess. It's maybe a tween. Let's go with tween. You're right in between. You're like, ooh, I'm about to age up, but not quite because I still feel like a kid. So I'm a tween. That's what a tween is. I don't actually know. Is that what a tween is? Define tween. Let's see. Short for tweenager. Oh, thanks, Google. What the hell is tweenager? Who says tweenager? Is that the child between the ages of 10 and 14? Okay. I've never heard anyone say tweenager. I've definitely heard tween, but not tweenager. I used to think that tween, and I used to think that it meant teenage twin. And the only reason I thought that is because I had twin sisters. Well, I still have twin sisters, but I had twin sisters that happened to be teenagers. I was like, oh, that's what it is. But then I was like, oh, no, it's not. It's absolutely not. Anyway, so here is obviously a toddler's bedroom with just a lot of little toys, lots of color in this one, just having a bit of fun with all the items here and there. Race car bed. Who doesn't like a race car bed? Big stuffed animal, a little height chart on the wall. And then out in the hallway, just getting a bit of artwork because it's a very bland hallway at the moment, just white walls. I was like, all right, let's just get some artwork up in there. Let's get a little sofa. Also, that's the first time I've ever seen that potted plant in my life, that sort of taller tree one, even though it came in City Living. I've never used that before or even seen it before. So that was new to me. I was like, that's kind of cool. So just got a mirror up the top, and then we're just going to do a little bit of landscaping out the back. Not too much, just getting a bin around the back, getting a couple of post boxes out the front. I am aware that typically in a British home, like they would just have a mail slot in the door rather than having a post box out the front. But that's not how The Sims 4 works. So, you know, we're still going to have a post box. And then I thought, between the gardens, why don't we get a nice tall hedge? Shall we just use some of these and sort of raise them up? I guess I could have scaled them up. No, because then that would be too high off the ground. Anyway, so I just laid a couple of them just like that. And I thought I'd get a nice small tree in the backyard to give it a little bit of depth and dimension. I was going to use this slide, and I was like, I don't really want to use toddler stuff. Although I might have used toddler stuff in this house. I can't remember. I don't know. That's pretty much it, though. We're just getting a hedge down the side of the house just so it adds a little bit more oomph, because we've got this big blank brick wall there, which is what it's supposed to be like, but we'll just get like a gutter on that and a little vent as well. But here we go. This screenshots of the house. So obviously the right-hand side of the build is not done just yet. That'll be coming very shortly. But all of the left is done, so that's what we're going to be focusing on, obviously. Just got a couple of angles of the exterior here, which I am pretty happy with. I mean, it looks pretty British to me. But maybe that's just me. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Yeah, anyway, I put a couple of those little plant boxes out the back so you could do some gardening, grow your own herbs and all of that stuff. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, to the interior, we've got the... I do actually love like the look of this whole living space. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I still love that coffee table from Parenthood. The kitchen, very brown, but I like it. Like, I think it works for this particular build. So we got the nice kitchen area there, which I feel is kind of open, but you still got that galley kitchen feel, almost like maybe in the past it was a closed-in galley kitchen, and then they've renovated it and knocked down a wall to open it up a lot. Upstairs landing right there, looking good. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, this will be available for download on the gallery, but it's not out just yet. When I finish part 2 of this, it will be. But in the meantime, if you go to the gallery and search for The Sim Supply, the same as my username here on YouTube, just without the spaces, you can follow me on the gallery there, and you'll be notified of when I post stuff to it. So that's kind of cool. Because I always post them before the video, obviously, so you get a little spoiler if you see it there first. Anyway, just the floor plans of the house there, upstairs and downstairs. Lots of room for up to 6 Sims, which is pretty good. Like, it's a pretty spacious house, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought down below. If you have any suggestions for part 2, because we still got to do the layout and finish all of the second house, so if there's anything you want to see there, do let me know. But I guess that's going to do it for this part, so thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. And I'm just stalling till the end, and have an awesome day.